drinking?
Coffee.
Where'd you get that?
Those people that came through last week.
Oh.
A little embarrassed as to what I had to trade to get it, but it's not bad.
I had Seth under control.
Yeah, I know.
And you need to stop harassing Jesse about my patrols.
Okay. Dina. Is she your girlfriend?
No. No, that was just one kiss. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know why she did that.
But you do like her.
So stupid.
Look, I have no idea what that girl's intentions are, but I do know that she would be lucky to have you.
You're such an asshole.
I'm not trying to.
I was supposed to die in that hospital. My life would have fucking mattered. But you took that from me.
If somehow the Lord gave me a second chance at that moment, I would do it all over again.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever forgive you for that. But I would like to try.
I like that.
Okay. I'll see you around.
Yep.
The scene you just watched is the very last scene of The Last of Us Part 2. And today I want to talk about why I think it's so impactful. A week after they released the chronological mode, I decided to give it a try. And when you start the chronological mode, you play the game in chronological order, so the events in which it takes place. Which means you play all the flashbacks first. And if you see where I'm going with this, which also means this scene comes very early in the game. Mind you, this is my favorite scene in the game. And when this scene came early, I realized something. It wasn't as impactful. It didn't work near the beginning. And after that very moment, another thing hit me. One of The Last of Us Part 2's biggest criticisms is its pacing. I always thought if they told it in chronological order, it would be a lot better and it would make a lot more sense. And in some cases, I do think chronological mode is better. But in some cases, I thought it would be better. It was actually worse. Now let me say what I think worked better in chronological mode. I originally didn't like playing as Ellie, and then Abby. And chronological mode fixed that for me. It was Ellie, Abby. So in almost every single department, I think chronological mode does gameplay better. But I said almost because of the flashbacks in the beginning. Every single flashback wasn't as impactful because of where they were placed in chronological mode. The only reason the flashbacks ever worked in the main game was because of where they were placed and how they worked after the big, impactful moments of the game. Now that you know that I think chronological mode does gameplay mostly better in some departments than the main game originally, here's what I think chronological mode does not do good, and that's the story. And earlier I said that I thought chronological mode would fix the story for me, and in a way it did, but not the way that I was expecting. It weirdly actually made me appreciate the way the main game is set up. Chronological mode actually made me like the main game better, because the flashbacks are only impactful in the main game. In chronological mode, they don't work as well, and neither does this scene, and that's what made me realize that the way they set up the main game was not to be confusing or chaotic. The way they did it was the only way it would ever work. Now I think there is a definitive way to play The Last of Us Part 2. When you first play it and you're playing it for the story, I recommend you play the main game originally. And if you're doing a replay, mainly for the gameplay maybe, I recommend going for chronological mode. Now I want to clarify, me saying this does not mean that I think chronological mode is a bad mode. I honestly think it's a really good and well-made mode, and they didn't skimp out on it. They really did put the effort in to make everything in chronological order, which is not easy to do because of the way the game is set up. In chronological mode, this scene comes before Joel dies, which makes it severely less impactful, where in the main game it comes at the very, very end, way after Joel dies. After you take the journey across the whole entire game, you suffer for the pain that is The Last of Us 2 story. You finally get to fight Abby as Ellie. Ellie realizes that killing her would be the wrong thing to do, and she stops. She goes home after her fingers have been bitten off. She plays her guitar. She realizes the only thing that she has left of Joel, she has now lost. She has lost absolutely everything. And then in the very moment that she realizes that everything she has loved, she has lost, she closes her eyes, and then